Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? Happy Thanksgiving. You know who it is, the chosen one, Gabriel Skywalker from the DFS Club, coming to you guys with a 3-game NFL Thanksgiving slate video. If you guys are new, please hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, leave me a comment down below. I'd really appreciate it, guys. If you're on your way to your family's house, you're watching me on your phones with your headphones on or whatnot, I really appreciate it, guys. This should be an interesting slate. I think we have some ways we can get different on a 3-game slate. I've really been digging into this because I want to win some money on Thanksgiving just to top it all off. So, yeah, guys, without further ado, let's start the show. All right, so we just have one order of business, guys. Let's shout out Draft Dashboard, the sponsor of this show. It's only $1 for 30 days. If you click on the link in the description below, you yourself can have Draft Dashboard, guys. This same optimizer / research tools, what I use for my research, for all my videos. You guys can check it out. Again, it's only $1 for 30 days. Click on the link in the description below, guys. No obligation, no pushy salesman. Cancel at any time. But you got to at least try it. It's $1, man. Also, you get access to all my player pools for NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL. You get the lineup optimizer, the player trends, who's trending up, who's getting you right in the old prison pocket, like Harrison Barnes or who else, guys? Who else got you in the old prison pocket tonight? I want to hear about it in the comments below. Sleepers and studs of the slate, the position optimizer, and the NFL cheat sheet. Because if you can't win, cheat, guys. This is the truth. This is Draft Dashboard. All right, so let's get into it. So the good thing about this video is shot the night before, so we're kind of up to date on injuries. All right, so let's get into the position optimizer. We're going to start off at quarterback, guys. So obviously, the most popular, as far as ownership goes, quarterback on the slate is going to be Josh Allen at 7.8K. Coming off another bad game. So 2 out of his last 3, he's had some disappointing games. They're playing in New Orleans, so keep that in mind. That stadium's going to be fired up, man. So Josh Allen, 7-8. I would do 3 lineups, guys. I would do maybe a Buffalo line. Do the obvious lines, right? The obvious stacks. Buffalo, Dallas one, and then on your third line, get crazy with it, right? Do something different, and that's how you're going to take down tournaments, guys. You got to be a little different. On this one, I think you got to be a lot different, and you got to get kind of lucky. So I don't mind getting lucky. Sometimes it's better to be lucky than be good. But yeah, Josh Allen, 7-8. He's good. Dak Prescott, 6.9K. Look like he'll be the second highest owned quarterback on the slate. Deservingly so. Coming off a bad game, 6 fantasy points, man. That was terrible. If you rostered him, you got unlucky. But normally he's good for about 20 to 30 DraftKings points. CeeDee Lamb looks like he's going to play. So that just helps everybody out. Helps Zeke out too. So they have that threat in the backfield, and they still have the passing attack. So yeah, I think CeeDee Lamb's going to play. So Dak Prescott at 6.9. Why not? You got Derek Carr at right now, the third most popular, which is fine at 5.9K. We've seen upsides of Derek Carr, right? We've seen the highest of highs and the lowest of lows. Lately, it's been the lowest of lows, 11, 19, 13. This organization is just in shambles. He's got to be missing John Gruden right now. But yeah, before that, he was having a great season. So maybe he, has a fire. It's Thanksgiving Day. He wants something to prove. So, yeah, Derek Carr, I'd say for a GBP, 5.9K, that third lineup I'm talking about, maybe you can try that. Even Andy Dalton, you get crazy with it, guys. Right now at 9% ownership, 5.5K, man. We could see the old Andy Dalton on this game. It's a terrible defense. Detroit has an awful defense. So if Andy Dalton, he could get you 20 DraftKings points or fantasy points, shall I say. And at 5.5, you can pretty much play whoever you want. So, and then Trevor Siemian, man. I think people are going to overlook this man. I know it's Buffalo, but Indy just exploited him last week. Jonathan Taylor. I mean, the whole offense, Carson Wentz, man, they all exposed Buffalo. Trevor Siemian at home at 5'6" is probably one of my favorite sneaky quarterbacks on the slate, man. 26 and 20 and 17 in his last 3. At 5'6", he gets me a 20 or a 26. You're sitting pretty good, guys. And then you can pay up for whoever you want the rest of the way. So in that third lineup, I'd probably go Trevor Siemian at home. If they were in Buffalo, whole different story. So, but yeah, Trevor Siemian, hey, man, I'm just saying, no guts, no glory, and you got to be different on a 3-game slate. So, yeah, do 2 with the obvious ones, and then, on that third one, get a little Siemian in there. Let's go to running backs. So Ezekiel Elliott at 8K. He was banged up. He still is banged up. He said he's going to play hurt because Zeke is a warrior, man. He'll play no matter what. 8K, though, kind of too steep. I don't know. On this slate, I think we can pay down at running back. I think there's better running backs and better positions. Now, don't get me wrong. You guys have seen what running backs have done against the Raiders. They've totally destroyed them. Look for the last 3 to 4 weeks, guys. So the thing is, if you're going to roster Dak Prescott, I don't think you have to roster Ezekiel Elliott and vice versa. Because if Ezekiel Elliott's going to run the ball and get like 2 or 3 touchdowns, you probably don't want Dak Prescott then, because then that means all the fantasy points are going to go to Zeke. So keep that in mind. So Zeke, you can kind of roster on your other lineups. So yeah, get him in there at 8K. DeAndre Swift, I thought he was going to have a bad week last week, and then he had that long run. It saved my week, man. Going up against Chicago, ranked 20th in the league against running backs, 26-20 in his last 2. Oh, it was looking iffy. He only had 14 rushes, but with Jared Goff back, I think that benefits him extremely well. So DeAndre Swift with Jared Goff back, yeah, guys, you can get him in there at 7-3. David Montgomery is not only good, but he's going up against a Detroit team that's ranked 31st in the league against running backs, guys. So at 6K, he'll be the chalkiest running back on the slate, and rightfully so. So Andy Dalton will be in the backfield. So yeah, guys, I really like the David Montgomery play. The matchup is there. Just eat the chalk on this one. It's okay to be chalky even in that third lineup. You get some chalky players in there, but just mix it up a little bit. Like Tony Pollard, 5.6K. I'd say he's on play too. He's out there for 33% of the snaps. So it's not a 50-50 split with Zeke, but I'd say a 40-60. And when he's out there, he touches the ball, man. 48% touch rate. He can get in the end zone too at 5.6K. And if Dallas happens to blow him out, you will probably see Tony Pollard get some extra run. Next up, it looks like Mark Ingram is going to play. He was limited. So limited to me means he's going to play. 6.2K. Really like this play here against Buffalo. Jonathan Taylor, again, exposed him. Absolutely exposed him. And Ingram at home, they love him in New Orleans. He's going to be fired up. The fans are going to be fired up. 16, 21, 11 in his last 3. He really doesn't get that many rushes. So think about that, guys. End zone monster, red zone, he'll run it in, man. Mark Ingram at 6'2". Get him in there. Even Josh Jacobs at 5'9" isn't bad. Dallas is 7th in the league against the run. But 5'9" is kind of cheap for Josh Jacobs. If he gets you double-digit fantasy points, gets in the end zone, why not? He does catch a lot. He had 7 targets last week. That's more than a lot of wide receivers. So keep Josh Jacobs maybe in that third lineup. Be different. Right now he's at 27%. So he's kind of high. Tony Pollard you can get at 17 right now. And then my sneaky running back play that I don't think anybody's going to be on is going to be Matt Breida. So if you don't want to figure out this Buffalo backfield, I think Matt Breida at 4.8K could break a slate, man. Right now, only 3% ownership. Hear me out. I know he's 51 years old or whatever, right? He's an old dude. But for the running backs, he's been doing good. He's only had 3 and 5 rushes, 3 and 2 targets in his last 2, but 19 and 8 fantasy points. So Breida could break the slate. Somebody's going to break the slate. I think 2 or 3 players, low-owned players, are going to break this slate. So I think Matt Breida might be one of them, guys. Call me crazy. Get him in that third line. Let's go to wide receivers. So we got tons to choose from. Stephon Diggs is 7'9". With all this value on the slate, you can fit him in if you really want to play him. If you can play Josh Allen, you're going to play Stephon Diggs. Correlate your wide receivers with your quarterbacks, guys. 7.9K, 18, 33, 15 in his last three. Right now, he's drawing the most ownership, so that makes sense. If the quarterback's drawing the most ownership, most likely the receivers are too. Then you got Michael Gallup at 5'9". He might go over-owned with CeeDee Lamb back and playing. Let's see. Yeah. But I mean, he's still in there. I think he's overpriced. 9, 7, 8, in his last three. He had pretty much 3 quarters to play without CeeDee Lamb. Really didn't do anything. He was targeted 10 times, mind you, but just couldn't catch the ball, man. Couldn't. It's vintage Michael Gallup. Instead, give me Darrell Mooney, man. He's 5.7K. Darrell Mooney, 26, 21 in his last 2, and Andy Dalton loves to throw the ball to him. So he's coming off a 16-target week. 16 targets. Like I said, Andy Dalton loves to throw to him. If you're doing an Andy Dalton stack, you better get Darrell Mooney in there. And he's a nice one-off too, man. I think maybe he goes overlooked a little bit. Yeah, right now at 22%. Hunter Renfrow, 5.6K. He's the man in town, So as far as receivers go, not tight ends, not Darren Waller. Besides Darren Waller, Hunter Renfrow, I mean, he's getting the looks right now. His targets were down to 4 last week, but the Raiders just had a shit game. Before that, though, 18 and 18, 5.6 is too cheap. I'm off of Cole Beasley for now. Traquan Smith. So you guys want some New Orleans receivers? I got you. 4.4K, 11 and 14 in his last 2. Yeah, if you're gonna play Simeon, man, get some wide receivers to go with him. And if you're gonna play Jared Goff and be different, that's cool. Chicago's ranked 27th in the league against receivers. They don't cover nobody. So St. Brown can be one of these players that has a breakout game and nobody's on him and totally breaks the slate. Someone to think about. I think Cedric Wilson could still be in play at 3.5K. Listen, if Dak keeps throwing to Gallup and he keeps dropping the fucking ball, you best believe he's going to start to look Cedric Wilson's way. He was targeted 7 times last week. That's promising with only 8 Draftkings points, but I think he might be in play, even with CeeDee Lamb in. CeeDee Lamb at 6.9K is my favorite receiver on the slate. Before he went down, he had 4 targets, 4 Draftkings points. But we all know he's with what's his name? Amari Cooper. There we go. Amari Cooper out. CeeDee Lamb at 6'9", especially if you're going to play Dak. Got to get him in there. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. You already know to play CeeDee Lamb. He got his bell rung, but the coach just says he's been looking good in practice. It looks like he's back to his normal self. He just has to pass the test, and I think he'll pass it with flying colors. So, but surprisingly now, keep this in mind. Surprisingly, the Raiders are 4th in the league against receivers. Their defense is pretty good against wide receivers, so you can run on the Raiders. This is why I think Zeke could be very sneaky and just fade the rest of Dallas. Because against the run, the Raiders are terrible. Against the pass, they're pretty fucking good. So keep that in mind, guys. Marquez Callaway at 5K. Don't mind it. Double-digit fantasy points. He can get you there. Deep threat. Manny Sanders is fine, but he just kind of fell off the map. If you're going to roster Josh Allen, you got to roster, I think, Sanders and Diggs. Not so much Beasley. Emmanuel Sanders is all or nothing. He goes deep if he's open, which he could against New Orleans. They're 26th in the league against receivers. So all or nothing, Emmanuel Sanders is what I call him. And then you got Marquise Goodwin, man, at 3.8K. He got 8 targets last week, 23 DraftKings points. He's only 3.8K, guys. So Dalton loves to throw the ball deep. And Goodwin, that's all he does. So another player I think will go overlooked. If you're going to do a Dalton line, get Goodwin in there. Deontay Harris, another New Orleans wide receiver at 3.7. 5 targets last game. That's not bad. With only 3 DK points, he's a slot receiver. So, he doesn't run out very deep. Unless he's getting peppered with receptions or happens to fall in the end zone. I don't know. You got Gabriel Davis at 3.6. Now, this guy here could be one too. Gabriel Davis, his targets are 2, 3, and 4, but he's 50 yards down the field. That's what he does, all right? Josh Allen connects to Gabriel Davis, and we've seen it several times this year for a 50, 60-yard touchdown. You're already sitting back and smiling and counting your money. So don't forget about Gabriel Davis if you're going to roster Josh Allen, man. And then even Zay Jones for the Raiders, another deep threat. Zay Jones is another one. He goes 50 yards down the field. If Carr can hit him for $3K for a touchdown, Zay Jones is due. So, again, all these different players could play a factor in you taking down, not cashing, or min cashing. I'm trying to get you guys takedowns of these picks. So, but like I said, play minimal 3 lines. More lines, the better. But make sure you correlate when you're doing these lineups. But Zay Jones, man, I don't mind it. And then Noah Brown with CD Lamb, that kind of takes him out of the picture, in my personal opinion. I think he'll go over-owned. Right now he's at 8%. That's way too much ownership for Noah Brown. A lot of people think that CD Lamb isn't going to play, but I think he is. I could be wrong. If CD Lamb misses, then fire up Noah Brown at a mere what? 3K. But I don't think that's going to be the issue. Let's go to tight end. Darren Waller, right now at 39%. That's fine for 6.4K. 8 targets last week, 22 DraftKings points. Looked like his old self. And again, Dallas does not cover receivers. They don't cover tight ends either. They're ranked 25th in the league. So I like me some Darren Waller. If you can stack him with Dalton Schultz, that'd be great. The Raiders cannot cover tight ends. They're ranked 29th in the league. He got targeted 8 times last week with 11 DraftKings points. But just keep in mind, his floor is kind of low. And CD Lamb in the game, Schultz will take a hit. You best believe that. Next up, TJ Hawkinson at 5.2. Not bad. If you're looking for double-digit fantasy points, the Bears are pretty stingy against tight ends. They're 7th in the league, so just be careful there. Dawson Knox, I absolutely love. If you're going to play Josh Allen, you got to play Dawson Knox. You can count on Dawson Knox. Again, like I said in last week's video, his hand is fully recovered now. He had surgery on his hand. He got 10 targets last week, 14 DraftKings points. Josh Allen is always looking Dawson Knox's way. I think he goes under on this slate. Get him in there at only 4.4K. Cole Kmet at 3.7. I mean, I guess if you're going to do a bear stack, he won't get you a goose egg like fucking Arnold did last week for me, that son of a bitch. But, yeah, Cole Kmet's fine. And then Juwan Johnson is the only tight end left for New Orleans at 2.6K. You can punt here. But if you're stacking New Orleans, chances are you probably don't have to punt here. You can probably put whoever you want here. But he's going to be the only tight end standing in New Orleans. So with that said, he's in play at 2.6K. And if he falls into the end zone at he has 8% ownership right now. That's not too bad. He might be over-owned. So Juwan Johnson, worth a look. And then defenses, if you can afford it, I would just pay up this week. Dallas, the Bears defense I like, and that's about it, man. I mean, if you want to be different, you can do the Vegas, you can do the Oakland Raiders against Dallas because everybody's going to have Dallas just to be different. Just don't roster someone you think's going to get you negative. Like the Bills got -4 last week. The Raiders got -2 2 weeks ago, right? So the Cowboys are probably the safest. 8, 23, 7 in their last 3. So you should be able to get to whatever defense you guys want this week. And there you have it, guys. That's it. So thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Thanksgiving, you guys. Come check us out, dfsclub.com. If you want, I'll tell you what. I'm not going to give it away, but if you're watching this video exclusively, tell your friends. You might see a Black Friday sale coming up. So just letting you know, dfsclub.com, you might want to wait a day. I'm just saying. Just saying. Might. All right. A little nugget there. So dfsclub.com. Black Friday sales should be going on tomorrow. So take advantage of that shit. We're already the cheapest in the industry. Wait till you see our Black Friday prices, guys. You're going to flip out. And We'd love to have you guys. We have so much fucking fun here. I love it. I love the DFS Club. I love you guys. And Draft Dashboard, the sponsor of this video, $1 for 30 days. Let's have some turkey, or let's have some whatever you guys are going to have. Fucking, even those of you that are going to have Burger King and McDonald's, man. Let's watch some football, have some fun. Let's eat a lot, and then let's get our exercise in after to lose all these holiday pounds. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you. Let's get some likes on this video, some comments, and let me know in the comments below too. What is your main course going to be for this Thanksgiving? I'd love to hear it. And that's going to do it, guys. Thank you. I love you. DFS Club for life. Throw it up to sweet. My name's Gabriel Skywalker. Subscribe.